Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Steve here. I want to touch base on just a few things today. I guess a little update on the progress on this Pro Comp bike, converting from EFI to carburetor nitrous, taking off the turbo, the fuel injection, putting carbon nitrous on it. A while back, I bought a cover. 2003 has the proper oiling circuits for the 07 engine, and I can install a standalone ignition on it driven off the number 2 cam. You can see I already got this thing cut down, and yes, I do leave this guy right here because it locates on that dowel pin. So I got a scuff. I might get some stripper or something, try to get that clear off of this. This thing is in exceptional condition, by the way. It's almost a shame to cut it up, but strip the clear off of it, and I'm going to shoot it black to match my the rest of the engine's black. So let's see, let's touch base on this. One of the things I wanted to discuss today is if you're building a race only Sportster and you want to delete the charging system. Okay, so this is the motor sprocket, and on the back of this is the I'm not sure what the technical term is. It's the outer drum that has the magnets in it that spins around the stator. Anyway, you basically just take these bolts out, and I have a little Harbor Freight shop press, and just press this out. You could get it off of there without a press. I don't really recommend it, because what you'll do is you'll end up, if you're beating on this right here, you'll mar it, and this actually seats off on a shim up against the flywheel. So I wouldn't recommend it. If you could probably take it to some shop, local shop. If you can't press it off yourself, or I don't know, what was it, $150, $60 for the shop press. And quite honestly, if you're going to be fooling around splitting these cases and doing all this other stuff, you really need to have one. But if you don't, I'm sure you can get a local shop with a press to pop that off of there for you. It gets rid of quite a bit of rotating weight on the end of the flywheel. Made a big difference on my OG bike. It really RPMs real quick, so that helped out. Now, one of the issues that I have is this is the plug, the grommet rather. This is the wiring for the stator. Okay, so these wires will be the internal wires, and these wires would be the ones that went to the voltage regulator. So on my OG bike, I just basically clipped the wires and stuck this back in there and put some silicone on it. Well, it still leaks a little bit here and there. I'm not real happy with that, and I was looking for a solution, trying to find some what size. The hole measures 0.685. So I was trying to see what I could, like, run a pipe tap in it, and maybe screw a pipe tap plug, a pipe plug in it, or even a set screw or something. I really wasn't coming up with anything. So I bought some 11/16 expansion plugs, like a freeze out plug. 11/16 is 0.687, so it's 0.02 bigger, and I need to, holy shit, that's quite a bit. I don't know if I'll even be able to get that in that hole, but I should be able to, if I have to, chase that hole out a little bit, because this 11/16 freeze out plug measures 698, which is a considerable amount more. But that hole in the case right here, where that plug passes through there, I don't think there's enough of a difference there where Yeah, so I'll probably probably have to chase that hole out, because I'm not going to wail on that case and force it. So I'll probably have to chase that hole out a little bit bigger. I'm not sure what those things need to, probably could measure. Let's see here. I'm sure this part of it right here at the top is probably narrower than this. So if I can at least get it started, that thing is 680. Wow, at the base. I guess that hole's just slightly too tight. But I can probably just get a drill bit and chase that out a little bit. So, flywheels have been sent to Dark Horse. This is the original left side bearing out of the case. I already pressed it out. Just a little tidbit of information for you guys in case you don't know this. And I actually didn't know it either until I saw it on Hammer Performance's YouTube channel. This is what's called a Screaming Eagle lefty bearing. Now it comes with, for those that don't know, the Screaming Eagle lefty bearing is more heavy duty than the OEM. The nice thing is, it actually fits. This is actually for a twin cam or a Milwaukee 8. This left side bearing, because when they went away from the Timken opposing tapered bearings, they went to this roller bearing on the left side, and this is the Screaming Eagle lefty, which is a heavy duty bearing, which is a upgrade for those. And this actually dimensionally is identical to the one that's in this 07 engine. So I'm able to put this heavy duty Screaming Eagle bearing on the left case. When you buy this kit, this will be the part number for it right here. Hopefully you guys can read that. It comes with everything you need to put it in a twin cam or whatever. So what I don't need that comes with are these several spacers, okay? And this right here would be the inner race that presses on the crankshaft. Now they're going to replace one for me. It's just a stock Harley inner bearing race. So they're going to replace that for me at Dark Horse. Excuse me, but the kit does come with it. Also comes with a snap ring. So the only two pieces you're going to need for your Sportster are going to be the bearing and the snap ring. Because the rest of the stuff is not applicable to your Sportster. That's twin cam stuff. So just wanted to share that with you guys so you know. Make sure that you buy, when you do this, make sure that you buy a Sportster specific motor shaft sprocket seal, okay? You're gonna need that seal. So make sure you buy that specific seal. Don't buy the one for the twin cam because it's not the same thing. So looks like I gotta chase that hole out a little bit. I don't know if y'all want to watch me look for a drill bit. Probably not, but chances of me having one are that size. I'm gonna have to generally see what I actually have to. I need that. Oh my God. 95, 695. Probably come up with something 695. I want to I want to be able to just knock that plug in there and it'll seal it off. So that's one thing, one less headache or oil leak to worry about. Trying to think if there's anything else. Obviously, you guys can see the cases are all split. I'm getting ready to take the transmission out of this so I can take it to Simon and get it back cut. And then I'm gonna, once I get this plug fitted, I'm gonna wash these cases up real good and then bag them up, and so I can wait for my flywheels to get back, and I can start putting the bottom end of this thing back together and get it in the bike. Another thing, hang on. So I have a bunch of things I need to mount on this bike to run the nitrous. I need to, and obviously I stripped all the original wiring off, so I'm gonna wire it like the OG bike to an extent. I have to mount a fuse box. I have to mount a I don't know if I mentioned before, but I have to use this relay to trigger the ignition retard on the 2000i. I've got a fuel pump relay to mount. So I got me a piece of aluminum from McMaster Cards, 1/8 inch. I have a piece of manila envelope stuff so I can make a template, but I'm going to cut a plate, an aluminum plate, mount it to the frame. I don't know if y'all can see. Let's do this. All right. So basically, I got this area back here, from here back to here. I can come around the fender. I have to mount some kind of a plate in here that I can mount those items to, and I can probably, that's a pretty heavy duty fender. Might be able to mount one, I don't know. We'll get it all mounted in there. That's the idea. Get all that stuff mounted in there. Haven't gotten much work done. It's just hot. It's hot right now. Other things, I did pick up a set of stuff for the other bike, for the OG bike. I picked up a whole complete 2001 1200 engine, because I need the flywheels out of it. I need the cam cover for it. I needed another transmission. And I did get a set of XB heads, XB12 heads. So all that stuff, I'll go ahead and tell you all that stuff, I get all that stuff cleaned up, and I'm gonna send everything up to XLXB horsepower in Pennsylvania. And that's who's gonna build my non-bagger engine for the OG bike. I already have a early model tubular frame that doesn't have any of the cast iron weldments in it, so probably gonna just work on paying down that motor. That motor bill is gonna be a doozy, man. Probably work on this summer. I'll work on paying that down, and then I will probably get into that this winter, actually converting that bike over, because I'm gonna switch out the frame, which is the frame, you know, all the bikes got to come apart. I'm going to probably go to a small aluminum fuel cell, fiberglass tank shell. I'm going to go with 0 offset triple clamps to tuck the front end on that bike, which means I'm going to have to probably take my swing arm and have it lengthened to get it to 68-inch wheelbase, because even without tucking the front end, that thing's only at 66.5 right now. So I'm really looking to make this a competitive bike. So I've already built the bike around the swing arm that's there. I just need that exact swing arm to be longer. So I'm gonna have to check with some local shops that work on them and see if I can get somebody to actually make that one longer for me once I determine how much longer it needs to be. But that's going to be a winter project, like I said, converting the old OG over to full-on non-bagger and hot street legal bike. This one here is going to do pro comp outlaw duty at All Harley World Shootout. And once I get some parts in, if you guys like, please let me know in the comments, because I'd love to share some of this with y'all. If you want to know, I can film some of this stuff going back together. If you don't want to know, don't worry about it. But there's videos, and you know, there's not a lot of videos out there on these rubber mount engines. There's a ton of stuff on the old solid mount ones, but not much on these rubber mount engines. So I think actually we will document that assembly. Once my top end comes in, I also will review that with y'all. So I can show you what the BFH package, which is the 120 plus horsepower kit from Hammer Performance, what all that looks like, what it entails, the work that goes into it, options you know may or may not want. So, but I enjoy working with Dan at Hammer Performance, Hammer Dan. He's a real good guy. You can get him on the phone, answer your questions. Dealing with him and Lori and Rob and all those, they're good people. They're great to deal with. Also, Dark Horse Motor Company, Andrew, those guys are really good to work with there too. So I'm going to do a review for that, with that also when it comes back. I've got several flywheels sitting around, and I'm not gonna say I can't use them, because they're the earlier tapered bolt together style. I can use them, but they're not ideal. I thought that maybe I would build one set. I've got the original flywheels that come out of the OG engine with the bad rod bearing. But I thought maybe I would build a decent set of the bolt together flywheels for the OG. But when that engine comes out, I think that engine's gonna end up being what goes in the giveaway bike. So that that proven race engine, I mean, we'll tear it down, we'll make sure everything's good in it and stuff after I finish the season. But I think I'm gonna take that 1275 off the OG, and we're just gonna put it straight on the giveaway build. That way I know what's there. It's a good solid engine. Actually, you know, there'll be a carburetor. The Mikuni HSR42 will probably go with it, because the engine I'm building for the OG is going to require a S&S Super D. D is in dog, big one. So there'll be a lot of stuff that comes off that bike that'll go right onto this giveaway bike that we're going to build here in the near future. So I think that's all I got for today, guys. If you got any questions, drop a comment. Love to hear from y'all. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Thanks. Y'all have a good one.